Hey guys, Harsh here, back in the video. So another F40 for you guys today, and this time around it is in the red version. As you know, I already reviewed the white version with the Japanese flag. That was from the Tokyo Auto Salon, so I thought why not get its brother as well. So this one also, as you can see at the middle, has the missing white circle in it, but thankfully with Ino 64 you can expect some decals out of it, and these are white this time around. This model is basically the same as the other one. It is just that it is in the original Ferrari red color with the white body kit on it. So this time around it also has some less sponsoring going on. You can see on the sides it is quite a bit empty now. If I just take the Auto Salon over here, you can see it is littered with sponsors. But this is not a comparison video. We will be only reviewing this particular car over here, which looks absolutely sick in my opinion. So let's remove it from the screw, paste the decals and take a closer look at it. Now applying decal is a pretty simple process, but you have to have a lot of patience to do so. You can see how much I'm trying to align this decal with the already printed lining on the F40 body, but after few tries you will get this at the perfect spot and then you can enjoy the looks of your model. So now as you can see the decals are in, and I must say that this F40 looks even better than that one over there. And if I just put them side by side, you can see it is just a reverser of colors on both of them. So starting with the front over here, you can see we have this Ferrari logo over here. It is quite nicely detailed considering the size of it. And then part of the white body kit is this front lip over here that you see. It is covered in carbon fiber finish and is like secured with these two bars over here, but they are not actually connected to the body. If you just remove the base plate over here, they will come with it. On the side you can see we have some aerodynamic pieces going on to create some downforce for the front axle. The headlights, if you see, let me just try to get the perfect angle over here. You can see this is actually a plastic insert and it has sort of this red border with tiny little dots in it. Those are like screws, and then inside it we have the two lights over here. They are pointing straight towards you, as you can see in this angle if you look. So very nicely detailed headlight, but for the inside one I think they are painted, not plastic insert, which is quite a shame, but I guess for this particular version it is quite okay. You can see on the very front of the car we have this massive grille over here, and on top of that grille we have this Ferrari logo in silver again. This time around I think it is clearly visible because it is slightly bigger than the one at the front. You can see how the air comes in and goes out of here, so it creates like a front wing downforce just like the Formula 1 cars do. Then on the body panel you can see we have these cutouts over here. On the real car these are cutouts, but in this particular case they are just simply printed on. So basically what it's happened is it takes air from here, cools the tire somewhat, and then the air exits out from here. So a very nice concept, but it would have been nice to see some actual vents in the car itself. Maybe like using an engraving tool to drill holes here would be nice, but I'm guessing that's a very tough job to do. On the hood there you can see we have this mesh design over here also, that same one that we saw at the front, and this basically adds a very nice detail to the car also. Now if you look at the tire, you can see we have the Pro Access logo and the other logo being the Toyo tires, as you can see on the top. And this tire also has the same feature as the other one there, which is the stationary disc brake, although I think it is not visible over here. Yeah, maybe at this angle it is. You can see the stationary disc brake and the caliper there. It is on this side over here, the right side. So if I just rotate it, you can see that it is in there. Although these spokes are quite big, so you won't be able to see it that much, but still it is a very nice detail to see in a model car, although it is quite expensive, so you kind of expect it. Then on the end of the fender we have this Ferrari logo. This time around it is I think placed perfectly on the sides. In that particular version there were like some misalignment issue going on, but for this I think it is quite good. You can see a whole bunch of empty space here because that was usually acquired by logos. You can see we have the LB Works logo and all that stuff, and right now I'm thinking I have pasted a decal slightly towards the front this time around, so I will need to dig them out again and paste them again, which is going to be a very tedious task. And now moving to the mirrors, as always for the Ino 64 version, they are very nicely placed and have the reflective inserts inside them, which is always nice to see on a model of this scale, so that is quite nice. On the windshield there you can see we have the Liberty Walk up top and the single window wiper at the bottom. Nothing too special going on, although you can see we have this massive gap over here between the car body and the windshield, so maybe like I think I need to push this down or shift to the left somewhat to make it a bit more adjustable, but we'll see about that. The interior as always is very nicely detailed also. You can see we have red seats inside and they have this sort of belt system going on. It is I think a 6-point belt system, and then we have the buckle in the middle also. You can see this black dot on both the seats there. As always the interior for Ino 64 model is quite nicely detailed. Also if you get a look at the dashboard, we have sort of individual dials also present. So if I just try to zoom in, You can see we have total of 3 dials on the side of the dashboard, and then if you look behind the steering column, you can see we get some more dials as well. Those are like basically the normal speed dials that you get in any car, which are like speed, RPM and temperature, and all of them have the little readings inside it also, which is quite nice. So for Ino 64 you will pay a bit more money, but the quality for this model is going to be absolutely spot on. And if you look at the door over here, we can see we have the keyholes for it as well, with the slight impression on the diecast body itself. And here you can see, if you look at it from the top, this is the actual length of the body itself, and then how far the wide body kit goes from the actual car body. You can see, especially at the back over here, you can see how far it goes. If you look at it from the bottom, you can just see this sort of line it needs to follow, but it goes all the way to the top there and then back again. And you can get the difference over here as well, which is the thickness of the tire also. The back tires are always thicker than the front ones. Another detail over here is the treaded tires, which is always nice to see. And we also get a slight drivetrain view, although it is not much, but I think it's quite okay. You can see we have the company logo as well and the model name, which is F40 LBWK, obviously made in China in 1:64 scale. On the back you can see we have this little tiny diffuser over here, which is quite nicely detailed with the carbon fiber finish. You can see on the edges there the carbon fiber finish look suits very well with the red color of Ferrari, I must say. Now through this glass window you will be able to see the engine inside the Ferrari. It has this sort of like silver intercoolers and the silver parts of the engine, which are quite nicely depicted over here. It is not a like single color engine, it has multiple colors in it. So on top of the simple black plastic mold you will get some silver painting going on, and this red bar going across the engine, which I still don't know what it is, but looks very nice and adds loads more detail to the car. You can see it also has the slight impressions on the roof itself of the hinges, so that you can actually open this up and take a look at the engine also. So this is a very nice detail as well, although it is like a very minute detail, but still good to see that. And also on either side you can see we have the fuel caps as well. On the wide body kit here, if you will be able to notice, you can see we have these tiny black dots over here. This is a special bolt-on wide body kit. So as always, if you will take a closer look at it, you can see the black dots dotted around to actually hold this body panel in place with the actual car. Otherwise it will just fly off. And with that you can see we have intake vents on all sides there, total of 3 on one side, so total of 6 intake vents here for the engine cooling and whatnot. Some for the tire cooling as well. I think this vent is for the tire cooling, and these vents are for the exhaust of that air. And these vents are also like the same vents as the front one, just painted black, not the actual holes inside it, but I guess it's quite okay now. Now if you look at the spoiler over here, you can see we have the LBWK logo, and again you can see the 3 dots over here. These are bolted for the massive spoiler that is bolted onto the car body. You can also see it is supported in the middle by this piece over here. The underside, however, you can see it is not carbon fiber finished at all, which is like sort of things you should have expected from Ino 64, but sadly in this case it is not. The carbon fiber finish is only at the top over here. Also if you look very closely, you can see like this lip over here that is bolted on with these silver bolts, you can see on the back as well. And basically this I think functions in some way, but for me it really adds a nice accent colors to the car body itself. It is black, so suits perfectly with the red body paint. On the back grille you can see we have the tail lights or brake lights, whatever you like to call them. They are plastic inserts, always love to see that. The license plate says LBWK, the logo first, and the Liberty Walk, its full name. And then on the side we have the Ferrari logo again, which was I think same one as the front one, but it is very good in terms of detail, I must say. Also on the sides there you can see we have these sort of like black things over here, which I'm not sure what they are, and then these reflective things or whatever they are. I'm sure that they have some purpose, but I currently don't know what it is. So if you do know, just let me in the comments below. The exhaust system over here, it is like having a very nice gunmetal finish, just like this pen over here, and then the inside is also painted black, which is always nice to see on a scale model like this one. So all in all, a very nicely detailed model, I must say. And the color scheme on this one I think is far better than the Autosalon version over here. So that is guys the Ino 64 F40 LBWK in the Ferrari red color. So thanks for watching the video guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you want to check the review for that white one over there, just head to my description box, I will link it there. So as always, I will catch you all in the next one.